I don't know, it's something about driving through the French countryside and seeing those castles on the hillsides, man. Oh, it was incredible. So recently I had the opportunity to tour across France and part of Switzerland with one of the bands I tour manage. In fact, I have multiple BTS videos on my YouTube channel. If you want to check those out, they will be linked down below and probably somewhere on the screen here as well. Honestly, it was so cool traveling across this beautiful country, getting to set up and run these incredible music events, like literal dream come true. And today I want to share some of those special moments with you guys. This is kind of a new style of video I'm trying, so if you like it, let me know in the comments and I will try to make more. Also guys, be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and check out my other tour life content on the channel. I also have a TikTok for No Way Home, which will be linked either below or on my profile, YouTube profile, whatever. And if you are new here, my name is Alexi Wayman. I'm a solopreneur in the music industry, real estate space, startup world, actor in training, and a bunch of other sort of random side quests that I am always on. And this channel is a place for me to share all of my BTS from my journeys around the world. So the first captivating moment from my European music tour through France and Switzerland was definitely driving through the French countryside. I'm just like thinking back, and if I close my eyes, I can just picture myself there, even just on the freeway. Like, it's just so beautiful. The first thing that caught my attention is definitely the sheer beauty of the countryside. It's just so pure and so natural. We drove from Lyon down to Marseille to Bescancon. I think I said that right, hopefully. And then we went east to Switzerland, Geneva. And I mean, I'm talking, we had the rolling hills, we had the little cottages, we had the Swiss Alps in the background as we were sort of approaching Switzerland, and we saw the Mediterranean Sea. It was beautiful, man. In fact, I made a full montage video of me just driving towards the Swiss Alps on my YouTube channel, and I'll have a link to it somewhere here if you want to sort of vibe out and drive on the road with me for a while. I don't know if it's accurate of me to say, but it kind of reminded me of upstate New York, like a little bit, in how it was just very green and sort of cottages and rolling hills, and the highways are very narrow and windy, kind of like Pennsylvania as well. But in France, it was a lot more pure and like raw. I don't know if that really makes sense. There's also tons of these little castles everywhere along the highways, like up in the mountains or up on the ground. Like, as we're driving, you could just see these castles everywhere. It's so cool. I think I read a statistic somewhere that Europe, I don't know about France, but Europe in general has more castles than like there are, I don't know, fish in some ocean or something like that. I don't know. There's some weird statistic that basically says there's a ton of castles out there. Also, fun fact, the gas stations in France, and pretty much every store and restaurant you can imagine, has the most incredible fresh baguettes. And that seems very on the nose, and it is, and it was delicious, and I was 100% there for it. Honestly, all the food I ate there did not irritate my stomach at all. And I think there are people that have traveled to Europe and come back and said the same thing. Like, the amount of pesticides that the US uses in their foods and preservatives and, modified organisms and all that stuff can actually upset the stomach. But over in France and in parts of Europe, it's a lot more pure, and my stomach was totally fine. The second captivating moment from my European music tour was definitely going through the city of Bescancon. And I really hope I'm saying that right. If I'm not, please forgive me. Please correct me in the comments. I need to learn. Obviously, when I was there, I was saying it the right way because the locals got on me, but it's been a while and I think I forgot. When we were there, we performed at a music venue called La Rodia, I believe is how you say it. It was like right on the water. There's like a big river that kind of flows through the town. And it's a brand new music venue, beautiful, clean, very minimal on the outside, but it's just right there, and it was insane. Actually, from the venue, we could look up the mountain and see this beautiful castle, like this massive castle that overlooked the entire valley of the town, the city, the music venue, the river. I don't know the official name of that castle, but it was it was awe-inspiring. I feel like I've never seen something like that in my travels until I went there. I did a little bit of research, and the town itself is actually very, very old. From 1184 until 1654, the city of Bescancon was a free imperial city. So it was unclaimed at the time. Today, the architecture is just ancient and beautiful. Like driving through the town, walking through the town, like it felt like I was in an episode of, or in one of the Harry Potter movies. Like everything was brick, ancient castle style. It was very, very cool. Like definitely recommend, if you're gonna go to one, I guess, city in France or one province or one area in France, Bescancon is definitely my suggestion. Also in Bescancon, I had absinthe, locally made absinthe for the first time. I've had like absinthe maybe back in my college days. I don't know if it was real, but this was like legit, like French made absinthe. It tasted like licorice. It had this like milky cream white color. It almost looked like soft soap, like the little jelly kind of soap. We actually had to put water into it and like water down the absinthe before we drank it. And it was given to us by some of the friends of the promoter that we were performing with. And it was really good, and it was a really cool experience. The third captivating moment I want to share from my European music tour was going through Marseille, which is another town, another city in France. It's down on the southern part of France, kind of near the Mediterranean Sea. And it feels very much like an urban modern city. I would say it kind of reminded me a little bit of Paris. Young city vibes, streets with all kinds of apartment buildings and restaurants, and there were even homeless there. There were, street car foods and things like that. And it's also on the coast, so there's a bit of a beach town sort of vibe to it, and like tons of boats in the water there and stuff. It was just a really cool place to see. They have a really good nightlife scene, tons of street food and tons of bars and dance clubs. We kind of got a chance to walk around after one of the shows, and it was cool just to kind of see the young nightlife aspect of this part of France. We also got to see what street living looked like. Specifically, like there's a part of Marseille, I can't remember the actual neighborhood, but it was like a bunch of homes, but they were like on these rolling, windy, twisty roads that were like very close together. And every single home had like a little garden in front of it, or they were growing something, and the architecture was very, very, historic. And the paintings on the walls were very cool. It was kind of like the arts district, I guess. Okay, so the next captivating moment from our European music tour, this is gonna probably sound like the most American white person thing ever, is we went to a French McDonald's, which was a hoot and a holler. It was very, very fun. As soon as we pulled up and we saw those golden arches, we were like, we call it the US Embassy. We looked up and we're like, we're here, we're home, like this is where we belong. They had burgers on baguettes, tons of fresh baguettes there, and which were very good. And they had a ton of other sort of unique, maybe local curated French style options. It was just a blast to check it out and see how it differs from, what we're used to. And it was open 24 hours, which is more than I can say for some of the McDonald's I know in my area, which is, that's awesome for them that they're able to do that. I don't think we could do that here anymore. And the last captivating moment that I had was when we went to Geneva, Switzerland. First of all, Switzerland is, like the border to France is very, very chill. Like when we got there, it was the easiest border crossing I think I've ever been to in my life. In fact, a couple of the times, because we went back and forth, a couple of the times we went in and out, there weren't even any guards. Like there was nobody there. It was just a quick little drive. Like didn't have to look at anybody or scan anything or answer any questions. It was just like people were walking to and from the countries. Like it was very low key. I really enjoyed driving towards the Alps and like seeing how tall they were. I forgot which freeway we took or which road we took, but driving east from France to Switzerland, we had to sort of drive in a way where we could see the Alps on our side, and it was impressive. The views were incredible. The climate was really cool too. It felt like a very cool, chill climate. I'm sure it has something to do with elevation, but it just felt very brisk and refreshing as opposed to like like your humid parts of the US or your humid parts of the world. This felt very clean, very crisp air. I'm into that, very refreshing. I think honestly, if I could choose one place to go back to and revisit besides Bescancon, I would go to Switzerland again, because it was very surreal, very beautiful, and I'm sure there are even more beautiful areas to check out than where I was in Geneva. Anyways, guys, those were a few of the captivating moments that I had on this past European music tour. I honestly, if I could, I would go back in a heartbeat to experience it all again, and I'm really hoping to get back out there soon with another band or even just by myself for fun. Make sure you guys watch the full BTS videos of these specific days with the band. They're on my channel. I'll either have a link here or in the description again, and you can see like the real raw BTS footage, some of the stuff that I showed in this video. You can watch it in full. It was a really cool time, and definitely will be going back at some point. If you guys do have any questions about my experiences there or about anything to do with France or Switzerland or international travel, I'm sure there are other people here that are watching and in the comments that know a lot more about this stuff than me. Please put it in the comments below, and please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Again, this is a new format I'm trying, so hopefully it is exciting for you guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next adventure.